The next part is point part. The point part samples its input part at a set of coordinates in a region. A point node has its own properties and pop-up menu and is located in the derived parts node of the simulation object tree. *CCM Plus allows the creation of a point part from parent parts consisting of regions and boundaries only. The point location is specified by entering the coordinates of the point. A point tool is available to assist with positioning the point graphically. The point is represented in the scene by a sphere of constant radius in screen coordinates. How to create point? First, right-click the derived parts node. Select New Part, then Probe, and then Point. Typically, an in-place dialog would be used for this process, and it will appear as soon as you execute this pop-up menu action. If the conditions for activating this dialog are not met, then this action causes the new point part to appear in the simulation tree immediately. Then we have to define the part using the properties. How do we create point part by using the in-place dialog? We know that if certain basic conditions are met when we start the process to create a point or edit an existing one, a new in-place dialog appears in the Edit tab of the simulation window. This dialog facilitates definition of the derived part. Let us see the steps involved in this. Click the Input Parts button to select the input parts that you want to include in the point. The point tool can be used to position the point visually. The Snap to Part option can be used to select a part along which you can position the point. The point column provides text boxes for you to specify the X, Y, and Z coordinates of the point. The Lock column contains checkboxes that you can tick to fix the position of any coordinate or combination of them. A drop-down list selects from among the coordinate systems existing in the simulation. Let us see how to view the created point part. Once you have finished the creation process, rotate and zoom in the display to get a clear view of the point. This is shown in the figure. Next is the line part. The line probe part samples its data from evenly spaced points along a line in a region. A line probe node has its own properties and pop-up menu, and it is located in the derived parts node of the simulation object tree. *CCM Plus allows the creation of a line probe part from parent parts consisting of regions and boundaries only. The line location is specified by entering the coordinates of the line. A line tool is available to assist with positioning the line endpoints graphically. A line probe can be incorporated into an XY plot. The line probe can be useful for extracting data along a line in a region and can be used to display scalars or vectors. The most common use of data extracted with a line probe is selecting it for an XY plot. How to create a line? Right-click the derived parts node. Select New Part, then Probe, and then Line. Typically, an in-place dialog would be used for this process, and it will appear as soon as you execute this pop-up menu action. However, if the conditions for activating this dialog are not met, then this action causes the new line probe to appear in the simulation tree immediately. Then we have to define the part using the properties. Now we will see how to create line part using the in-place dialog. If certain basic conditions are met when you start the process to create a line probe or edit an existing one, a new in-place dialog appears in the Edit tab of the simulation window. This dialog facilitates definition of the derived part. The process for doing this is shown here. Click the Input Parts button to select the input parts that you want to include in the point. The point 1 and point 2 columns will open text boxes for you to specify the X, Y, and Z coordinates of the first and second points of the line, respectively. A drop-down list will select from among the coordinate systems existing in the simulation. The resolution text box will let you set the number of evenly spaced segments along the line. The overall number of points is one less than this. The line tool positions the line visually. The snap to part option will let you select a part along which you can position the line. We can see line object in the display. The rotate and zoom tools can be used to get clear view of the line probe. The image shows a line probe. Now we will study the next concept of result visualization, which is scene. What is the purpose of a scene? A scene allows us to visualize the model. Let us see some characteristics of this scene concept. There is a scene node in the model tree. It has its own properties and pop-up menu. It will define annotations and coordinate systems to be displayed. It also serves as a manager node for additional objects that control various aspects of that scene. A scene is an object which makes the result image complete. It will have many visualization features like image, animation, lights, cameras, parts, properties, transformations, geometry, and textures. To assist in managing the collection of objects in a scene, *CCM Plus provides another high-level object that is called a displayer. What does a displayer do? A displayer brings together parts and other attributes such as scalars, vectors, and surface properties. It will use these entities to produce graphics primitives which are displayed in the scene. In order to construct visualizations, it is important to understand the concepts of both scenes and displayers and how they interact. A scene can be comprised of one or more displayers. This allows for a flexible way to view parts with various different attributes. For example, a scene could have two displayers, one showing a part in outline mode and another showing the same part with a scalar field. A scene also manages the view. Using the mouse and keyboard, you can manipulate the scene view, select parts and other objects, and interact with them. If the scene is open, all scenes are continuously updated as the simulation changes for the duration of the session. There are different types of scenes. *CCM Plus provides 5 default scene templates. 1. Geometry. This is used to view surface geometry. 2. Mesh. This is used to view mesh grid lines and surfaces. 3. Scalar. This is used to view scalar fields. 4. Vector. It is used to view vector fields. 5. Empty. This is used to start from scratch. A default scene template will have a combination of already available objects. It includes specific combination of displayers with certain properties set and default set of parts. We can change these anytime later. For example, we can create a scalar scene and later add or remove displayers to suit your needs. By default, a scene is opened and displayed upon creation. A scene is continuously updated and kept current with the running simulation while the scene remains open. Scenes are given default names when they are created. However, they can be renamed at any time using any of the standard methods.